Is this magic or these guys perform it for real? Well, if you think that you're strong enough, then you've probably have never seen these Asian beasts. I've selected 7 Chinese, which will definitely spoil your mood in terms of the fact that you definitely still have a lot to strive for. So as usual, enjoy my Ukrainian accent and here we go. And the first person who will surprise you is this very Bruce Lee looking dude named Nippon Susu or Susu, a charismatic guy who is doing some crazy stuff on the bars right now. But despite these very strange movements, not everyone can repeat what this guy is doing. And unshaven armpits, this is a feature of all Asians, which apparently give them more attractiveness and probably in this particular case even more strength. Anyway, speaking seriously, Nippon Susu has a pretty damn clean planche. Just like gymnast, he also performs it in all possible and impossible variations. Holds it with a reverse grip like Eric Ortiz and so on. But it is not surprising because this guy is the champion of Egypt, Thailand and Latvia in calisthenics, and in addition to the standard planche, he is also a one-handed master of the front lever in all its variations. Especially cool looks this version of the execution on the floor. Take my word for it, it is incredibly difficult. You can lie on the floor and try to lift a few centimeters above the ground, as Susu did in the video, so you can feel what it's like. I would like to point out the muscle mass of this athlete. It is very impressive for an Asian. Susu himself says that for a long time he could not gain enough muscles and he wanted to look like an athlete. So he went to the gym to fix this problem, and as you can see, he succeeded. While he didn't lose any functionality, Susu confesses that it became even easier for him to hold some elements because he began to pump those muscles which were difficult to pump by training exclusively on the bars. But let's move on and talk about this guy, who the Chinese translator pronounces as
Wu Zhuang Yuan Little Mouse. Wu Zhuang Yuan Little Mouse.
I will call him Xiaohalda for convenience, which means little mouse. And if you ask me why this guy right now is showing us the middle fingers, I will tell you he has a right, because apparently they are made of steel and do not bend at all. Look at what he's doing on them. Planche push-ups with the clap behind his back, not a problem either. Unfortunately, I did not manage to get in touch with Xiaohalda and find out from what planet he came to China, because this guy shares his videos only on Chinese Bilibili platform. But I think that at least we should give him a like under this video. Meanwhile, I will move on and tell you about Nan. I've already told you about Nan in the last episode of Chinese Monsters, but very briefly, so I'll make it up to you. First of all, notice this amazing mask and the quality of the shooting in general. It is double joy for me as an author to work with footage when an athlete, in addition to his level, also cares about how to present this level. As for the skill, Joe is as wild as the other athletes I mentioned, especially this concerns the front lever. Look at this grip. What the hell is that? Where is the law that says people can hang like that? And how about this jump from the middle fingers to the wide front lever? By the way, Joe doesn't speak English. He wrote about it in his page profile. So what I'm about to say is my guess, but it seems to me that this guy doesn't really enjoy different types of trainings and just repeat the same movements a million times, achieving perfection. For example, his pull-ups in a wide front lever just looks amazing. The same can be said about his one-arm front lever. You know, there are a lot of athletes that do elements just to get a check mark, but Joe is definitely not one of them. And even though this guy weighs only 63 kg, this level is in any case years of practice, and I definitely recommend you to visit his Insta profile. But anyway, a man will never make another man feel complex, even if he's Asian. Girls, on the other hand, are another story. How about that, Elon Musk? When pretty girl pulling up on one arm is a bit of pain, and the front lever is flatter than 99% of the guys. A high angle is not a problem either, and if you look at these girls, you can't really say they are capable of it. When we estimating girls' level in general, we always take into consideration that they are weak sex, and don't expect something like that. In Asia, however, things work differently. Well, the elements are great. What about the basic movements like pull-ups? Write in the comments how many times do you think this girl did. I will give you 3 seconds, and the correct answer is 31 reps. Sure, maybe there are girls who can do more, but to me it's just incredible and pretty cool that there are representatives in this sport who make my releases at least 90% better by their presence. And the last powerful Chinese guy I will tell you about today is Chang Tong 666. Don't be surprised by the number at the end of his name. It doesn't mean that this guy is sudden at all. In China, the number 4 is much creepier because because 4 sounds like S, means death. And these guys don't even have that floor in elevator. I'm serious right now. And 666 is just right. But let's finally talk about what this demon can do. Yes, in fact everything is the same. Chang performs very cool statics and static dynamics, such as pull-ups in front lever, although 4 years ago he could not do anything at all, and pulled up on the bars 2 times, and now gathers a crowd of people in the streets by just going out in the crowded place and doing these crazy elements. Just try to think about what it's like when you are not into calisthenics and do not follow this trend, and then some guy in the middle of the city is standing on 2 fingers in the planche. I don't know about you, but as regular person I would have thought it was some kind of trick. Although hell knows these agents. In China anything is possible. Even if he did it without any fingers, just levitating above the surface, the Chinese would take it for granted. Anyway, if your fingers as strong as Chang Yong Tong fingers, then press the like button and subscribe to my channel. See you later. Bye bye.